Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss confusing headlines in bourbon and how they negatively impact consumers. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Poole, Old Man Bay, Darren McElroy, and Katie Joyce.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about headlines and how they are confusing. And I guess it's an offshoot of people are assigned things to write that they really don't know what they're writing about. And then they're wrong in how they put them together. And it causes more confusion because people, when they read it, they assume that, the things that they read, especially on the internet. I mean, anything you read on the internet has to be correct. So, yeah, so we're going to talk about that. But we'll get to that after the break. For right now, Katie says there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Katie?
Yes. So I guess it kind of goes along with the topic today, actually. And I don't know if this has been used as a small talk before, but have any of you ever played around with the ChatGPT, the AI language software app?
No.
I've been playing around with it for about the last 2 weeks.
So I had lunch this week with an attorney friend, and he actually has the paid subscription to it. And he was talking about how incredible it was of the answers it could come up with, even to very specific legal issues. And so during our lunch, we started playing around with the ChatGPT and putting in these like obscure legal questions. At one point, I also asked it like coding for a website. The answers it comes up with are incredible. Yep. So it's not perfect. So I asked like a specific random question about publication in a petition for name change in Missouri. Like I went as random as I could think on the spot. And it was probably 90% accurate. Like there was only 10% that was like missing or a little bit off. And you can even like ask it for its sources, and then it'll lead you to your source, to where it got it from. And the fact it was able to filter out the rest of what wasn't relevant and actually gave the relevant information. And the quotes I noticed were from like our court websites, our forums, etc. I was both impressed and terrified. So,
what's crazy about it too is that it is not connected to the internet. It's what it has learned. So right, whatever you have put in, it can't search Google, right? It can't do that. So it goes off the information that has been inundated into this. So I
think it's back to like 2021 or something of when it apparently of the knowledge it has. Yeah. Yeah.
So like whatever you were asking it, somebody else has prompted that before.
Right.
Okay.
And that's creepy.
It's learned. Oh yeah, it's pretty wild. I actually had it write code for me today. I've been using it for social media, getting hashtags and the most trending or successful keywords for my website or things like that. And it's fast. I mean, it's fast. Second, and it'll lay it out.
How do you know it's accurate if someone is just telling it that? I mean, what if I become a guy who programs it? I'm like, a good keyword for you would be mustard. Mustard would be good for you, Old Man Bay. And you're like, well, of course, this thing knows everything. And mustard. I'm going to tag my website mustard.
I think they started with putting encyclopedia knowledge into it, was the very start of it. And then from there they kept building on it. I believe like all of Wikipedia was in there, but then they filtered out stuff. So they had to do filtering, I believe, to make it less biased as well. So they have been continuing to alter of what knowledge it has in its system over time. So it does have a very wide base of knowledge.
What does this cost and how do we get it?
So I believe some of it's available for free, but I think you can pay like $20 or something and get access to the paid version.
Right. I'm using the free version. Go to chatgpt.openai.com.
So we did,
or just search for ChatGPT.
We did a show with Susie Cousins, and she did an article. Like she had AI create an article about the history of whiskey.
Oh, she did.
Yeah. Do you remember that? And it said Royce Neely invented whiskey.
Yeah, so it's very accurate. I mean, he did. He's the guy who invented whiskey, which is so cool that we know him. Yeah,
I know.
So that's what made me think of as well with the topic today of how it could lead to headlines. But you could copy and paste a long article into the ChatGPT and tell it, summarize this for me in 4 sentences. And it will look at it, analyze it, and then give you a summary.
And your YouTube, you can on the paid version, you can put in a video URL to a video, and it'll summarize the YouTube. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So then how many of our jobs are going to be gone or
all of them
severely limited?
We're going to be gone. The machines will rise.
The machines they're making their way. They're prepared.
They're going to rise.
They're going to rise. And then,
I told you we need a natural predator. Humans don't have a natural predator. Here it is.
Here it is. The AI. There you go. We're done. We just don't know it yet. We are like Best Buy right now. We're dead, but we don't know it.
Oh my God.
Seriously, Best Buy has no clue. They're done. It's just going to take. Yeah.
I don't know how they're still hanging on. Like when Circuit City and all those others were done like a decade ago.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I remember. Okay, back in the day, I remember I go to Best Buy 2 times a week. I mean, I was buying CDs and DVDs and looking at different electronics and stuff like. The last time I've been to Best Buy, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. I don't know. It's been a long time. Yeah, I don't go to.
There was just an article that they are shutting down a bunch of those.
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah,
I think an AI wrote that.
Put this in AI. They're closing all.
And AI wrote that
all
article.
will be closed at some point. Yes, they're all.
Well, and they also mentioned how many of the Walmart are closing now.
Oh yeah, Walmart.
There's a lot of Walmarts going down. But then the article I was reading, it said, but look at JCPenney, Sears. Those are household names that went through the same thing.
Yeah, but those are also closing, by the way. They're
all done. Still exists.
They're closed. Yeah. They will be done.
It's like
Kmart.
Sears doesn't exist anymore.
Roll back 10 years, and I would be saying Kmart is done. They're done. They don't know it, but they're done. They are done. I think they're done. I think they still have one store. They're probably thinking we're going to come back. They're not.
Yeah,
that one store is going to close.
Yeah, they'll come back, but it's going to be on online ordering.
Yeah.
So where do you buy a television if you don't go to Best Buy, though?
Amazon. It's called Amazon. It's called Amazon. That's where you should be buying it anyway. Is Amazon. Go to Best Buy and look at it, and then buy it Amazon. You'll save money.
Target, Walmart, literally anywhere.
Target has like decent electronic options. I've been impressed with Target and like decent book and like CD. Like they have randoms that they're good at.
Yeah.
Well, Kathy, for more help, don't need to consult AI. Just ask us. We'll tell you. We're your AI. Where the hell do I buy a TV now? Best Buy is going to be gone. We'll fix it for you. We'll fix it for you.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Steve, with the work that you do, you're going to love Open Chat GPT.
I like it. I like the idea.
You're going to love it.
I've been working. I can't talk about this on the air. Matter of fact, I can't talk it around Kathy Cool because I've been working on a book for like 10 years.
We just talked about that at the shop tonight.
I need facts, but so I don't want to say what it is because I think someone could come in and steal my idea. So I'm not going to. I can't tell Kathy at all. I love Kathy Cool. She's one of my best friends. I can't tell her.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
I'm a blabbermouth. I can't help it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And here's the problem with Kathy. I can't be mad at her even when she gives up something terrible because she's a good person. She wasn't doing it to be malicious. That's just who she is. So
Right.
I just have to change my behavior so I don't put her in that position to get me where I'm aggravated at her. So because I don't
That's
want
right.
to be. I like
It's
that.
best for you.
Very similar to soccer, if you think about it.
Oh wow! Here we go.
On that note, it is time.
Is Katie coming at me?
Early in the night too. It's early for this, guys.
Yes. It's time to drink. What is everyone doing? We're starting with McNew.
I have this year's horsey bottle from Woodford.
Yay!
Ooh.
Okay, nothing there. If you would have bought that at the ABV Barrel Shop, it would have had more pop, and we would have given you a horsey you could put on top of there. I'm just saying.
Let me drive 6 hours. I'll be there soon.
Yeah. All right. From McNew, we go to McRoy.
Hello. I have still 630 sorghum whiskey from the ABV Barrel Shop.
Nothing there.
Nothing.
He did get a horsey though, so he's got a horsey.
I did not get a horsey.
Well, that
I
kind
didn't
of
either.
defeated what you just said. If you got it at ABV Barrel Shop, it would be.
I feel like you talked over it. It was a good quote. I can't back that up, but that's the way I remember it. So, Kathy, why didn't you get a horsey? Did you buy something today?
Did not buy anything today.
Well, there you go. So
Jim was working alone. He got abandoned by his co-owner, and he was
Where
busy.
did Riley go?
Yeah, I was I headed home. Yeah, it was slow, and I headed home. Yeah.
And then it got busy.
And then got busy. That's how it works. But we'd rather be two of us there and it's not busy, or one of us there and it's super busy. We'll take one being there and super busy. So I felt like I'm really responsible for making it super busy tonight in my own way.
Yeah, it's all Steve.
In my mind, that's how it works. All right, Kathy, you're next. What do
I
you
am going to open something that I bought there. Was it last week?
got?
The Boxing Bear.
The Boxing Bear. Okay.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that is an appropriate cork pop. That's how you win these things. folks.
Holy
That
cow.
sounded good to me. So
I
that
think
was.
it's because they had a really good bottling and cleaning team for those.
Yeah, it was just
Saying.
all about the bottling of those.
Uh-huh.
I like the bells that were playing before it.
I know. I'm trying to figure out which glasses are.
The heavy bells right there. We're singing.
Ghost
All
in
right.
there?
Yeah,
You don't know
I think
which one?
so. All right. Next up is Old Man Bay. Old Man Bay, what do you got?
Tonight, I am going to start off with Stumpy's Old Monroe.
Okay. All right. Stumpy's Old Monroe. Okay. Decent. Not going to be enough to beat Kathy, of course.
Oh, hell
but,
no.
it was a good showing. You didn't embarrass yourself like McNew and McRoy did, so you're fine. You're fine. All right, Katie, you're next.
All right. I've got some larceny.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. Okay. There she goes. Okay. Very, very good. A+ effort, but I think Kathy got the A++.
Still think KK
I agree.
is higher,
KK got the A++. All right, I'm going to try. I mean, I've got a brand new bottle here. I got Yellowstone from the ABV Barrel Shop, our recent pick here. So,
Nah.
see what we got. Old Man Bay's got one behind the counter, so hopefully we'll see him tomorrow. Here we go.
Yeah, I know. I got to get up there and get it.
Also,
That was so cute.
that was an A-
It was
effort.
cute.
It was,
That was
cute.
adorable.
It was A- an effort. And that's not going to be enough. It's enough to take it many times. Not tonight, though. Not tonight. KK won that legit. Cheers.
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 Ding.
Ding. All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about confusing headlines and how they mess up the bourbon industry. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Rick Brenner, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Shouldn't it be the legend?
Maybe.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about confusing headlines in bourbon.
Yes, we are. So I see these things all the time. I mean, I feel like all these magazines should hire me as just, if nothing else, a headline editor. So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking $260,000 a year, and I just I take care of your headlines for you. So I'm throwing it out there. You guys,
like
now you know the number. Now you know the number. Contact me if you're interested. It's out there. So
And you can run them all through ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do it.
Done. Lickety split.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
they'll
at
give
this
you as many options that you want.
Oh man, you messed me up there. Now they won't hire me because they'll be like, oh, we'll get this.
So see, but you've got the personal. The thing with ChatGPT is it will do most of the work, but you need a human to confirm
Okay,
it's correct.
okay.
You have that
Good.
human knowledge to give it the
I
confirmation.
still get my
to put out.
260K then. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that I see is unbelievable. I just pulled one. I thought I'm going to get one for this show, and I searched bourbon on the Google, and sure enough,
On the Google.
on the Google,
On the
it says,
Google.
The Google
It says-
machine.
taste test. Coors is making bourbon, and it's better than you think. Okay, I'll give them it's better than you think. I haven't tasted it yet. That's okay. That's subjective, but it's okay. They're making bourbon. Is Coors making bourbon? Or are they really? Because in my mind, making bourbon involves having a still and mashing, cooking, all those things, aging, and they're not doing that. They're buying whiskey and putting it in a bottle and selling it. And I doubt they're even putting it in the bottle. They're just probably shipping it out or putting their name on there. Really is what it comes down to. So,
Are these known facts that you're stating?
yes, yeah, they get it from Bardstown Bourbon Company. So,
Okay.
I mean, they're not making that. They get it from BBC. So, yeah. Yeah. Coors partnered with Bardstown Bourbon Company as releasing a bourbon? Maybe.
Isn't
Coors
that
is
kind of a-
releasing a bourbon.
Coors
That's okay.
releasing their own bourbon.
Yeah,
is
that's
turning
okay.
into- Great
That's
word.
okay. That's
Great
fixed.
word.
Fixed.
Why would
Making is not the right verb.
It is not.
done it as like a collaboration? That way it makes both brands look good. They both
That's what
get
they
that
should've
right.
did.
I feel like that would have been the smarter way to do it than to
Yeah.
source.
Especially because they're talking about it. It's not like they're not saying it. It even says it in that article. It talks about Bardstown Bourbon Company. A collaborative effort would be
Yeah,
cool.
what was it like the Goose Island collab that people lose their minds over? I would have done a collaboration and let people know that.
Yeah, but they didn't. Yeah, and our writer thinks that they actually made it. So yeah, how about
Isn't
that?
wouldn't that be a false
Well,
claim?
so
Yes, Katie's
Secondary
filing a
question.
civil suit on behalf of all of us.
do they actually think they're making it, or do they make that the headline knowing it's going to be catchier and thinking, we can get away with it, it's close enough?
It's close enough.
Because that's when it really frustrates me when they know it's wrong, but they're purposely inflating the words to make it catchier for attention.
There is a thing with that on the internet now. You go through your feed, your news feed, and there'll be stupid articles like this actor or actress is older, but they're not 103, and they'll say like they're 103 years old today, and you click on it and be like, that's not what this is to do. That's wrong, and they just do shit like that to get you to click on it. I think it's all about the clicks. So maybe
Clickbait.
Bourbon
I have a
clickbait.
different reason on why they did this.
Okay.
They actually just wrote this article to get into Steve's old man anger so that you do
maybe.
a show about it. It's just free publicity.
Free publicity.
all it is.
We'll make the show. We'll make the Bourbon Daily.
I think they put into a chat GP, like, who's the angriest old man in bourbon? Steve was like in the top 2 for sure.
Yeah.
Make an article for him.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm going to be tasting this stuff tomorrow. Someone's bringing it by the shop. They scored a bottle, and they're going to bring it by. And you know what? It's Bardstown Bourbon Company. I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm sure it's not going to be the greatest.
What is it name? What's the name of it?
I forget.
Trail 5 or something.
No, that's not. It's not that. No, it's that's their whiskey. They do have a whiskey under that name. 5 Trail or something like that. This is
1873 or something.
something with a bar maker, barkeeper, 1873 or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, old man Bay, are you trying to make us look like asses? Because you're doing a good job of it.
What do you mean?
Like, we don't know it. You know we don't prepare worth a shit on this stuff. Why would you? If I prepare,
You're a leading authority in the whiskey business,
if
and
you
I'm
ask me to
asking
remember
questions.
anything, I have no memory of anything. I'm lucky to be on the show today. That's the bottom line. I'm lucky to be here. Well, that's why we hired Darren.
Had a vision of Steve.
Remember shit. Yeah,
I guess I'm going to just mute.
I just had a vision of Steve testifying in court. He's like, I don't remember anything. I just forget everything. I don't remember shit.
I'm lucky to be here.
I can never even go to court because someone will just play that. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm describing a car accident I'm a witness to or something." And they play the show. Judge, I'd like to put into
this is Defendant's Exhibit A. Before anything else we're introducing,
dismissed. Judge slams on the gavel. Dismissed. People are screaming at me. I ruin everything. So, yeah. What are you going to do? So there you go. Very misleading headline. Just an example. There's just search.
Follow-up question that though: are these headlines actually getting and confusing any of the people who listen to this show, or do we think it's just the general public? So clearly, the general public is stupid.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that our listeners are. So I think the people that come walking in the shop, which is the general public, not the everyday, the regulars, because they're super into bourbon. They know the stuff. But I think the general public, it does get confusing for them.
I think it makes it even more difficult than of trying to introduce people to the bourbon world, etc. And now they've had all this fake information, and then as well. But I will say, even some of the headlines get me thinking because I make the assumptions of I'm like, Coors is distilling what, and so I take it very literally and make my assumptions there, and it requires you to do more research as well. So it's a negative for both groups, I would say.
Yeah. There you go.
Are these headlines any more wrong than headlines you just see on a daily basis? Because they've all gone to that clickbaity style. It's also affecting bourbon.
Probably, but I'm not.
And that's how everyone gets their news.
Yeah,
I ignore all the other news. I only listen to whiskey news. So
yeah, me too. So that's where I'm at these days. Just whiskey news. There you go. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. And Darren, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures. Also, 5 days a week at the ABV Barrel Shop.
Old Man Bay.
You can find me on all social medias and my website, Old Man Bay Signs at gmail.com.
Okay. Kathy.
I'm on Instagram at KK Cask Strength.
All right. Katie.
You can find me over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. All of our previous shows, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, ABV Barrel Shop. We'd love to host you. We'd love to pour you a couple of samples and hopefully get you some bottles and even one of our famous horsies. So check us out at abvbarrelshop.com. Sign up for our email and text distribution there as well. That'd be great. And if you want to get involved, what do they need to do, McNew?
You can give us a 5-star review. Includes comments.
Anything else you'd like to say before we get out of
Really
here?
threw her a curveball there.
Gosh, I gotta keep say what I always say, otherwise McNew it's just thrown off. I just threw a curve by changing up slightly what I said there. Okay.
I like how she's got her papers in her hand. She's like reading
She's
furiously.
checking it.
I know. I'm like, wait, was I supposed to say something new? No, I would like to remind you, please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
She has done over 1,000 shows, and by 2,000, she's gonna have it. She'll have it down. She'll have it down.
I just need another 1,000 under my belt.
I saw Mark Gillespie is getting ready to have his 1,000th episode. So there'll be 3 of us in the club now.
Wow.
So he'll be the third person in history to do 1,000 bourbon.
Do you
and his
manually
is just
count
whiskey.
those? How do you count that up?
It's all kept track of in by show number, and it's kept track of in anywhere you get podcasts.
No, like how do you know that McNew has been on 1,000 of those? Like how?
Oh, I did have to count those. Yes, I went through and counted. Yeah.
Oh,
That
good
was a
God!
little
That's
afternoon
dedication. Like that's a special. If Steve's noted it, he's put in the time.
Oh yeah. So I had to do it. I had to do the work. Yeah. Becca had me count hers up, and she's a year behind McNew. And then McNew, first of all, does more shows. So she does the 5 Friday night shows, and then Becca has missed a lot more. So I counted her up because she wanted to get her 1,000 award, and she's still got several hundred more to go. So
No, I thought she'd be a lot closer by now too.
She'll get there, but yeah, she's got a ways to go.
In her own time.
Yeah, she will. So, all right. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up, and we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.